Okay, so we're going to do about 3 or 4 of these. So we're just going to sketch. It doesn't have to be a huge quadrant or coordinate graph. It just needs to be something small so that we can. So if I say sketch 300 degrees, and then we're going to find the reference angle. And we're going to talk about where that reference angle is. So where is 300 degrees? First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, or do we go counterclockwise or clockwise for 300 degrees? Okay, and where is it going to be? Fourth quadrant. Okay, so we're going to start here, and we're going to draw, and that is 300 degrees. Our reference angle, like I've said, is the angle measure between the terminal side and the x-axis. So what is my reference angle? How much is between this terminal side and the x-axis? What is it? 60 degrees. So my reference angle is 60. Now remember, think about our unit circle. 30, 60, 45, right? Those are the things that we're looking for. Now, some of our reference angles won't be the same, but we can talk about those. Okay, let's draw another one. Again, please remember that the reference angle is the angle between the terminal side and the x-axis. So where's 115 degrees? First, second, third, or fourth? Second. Is in the second. So we're going from here to here, and this is 115 degrees, so this is my theta. What is the degree measure between the terminal side and the x-axis? Well, if this is 180 degrees, 65. This would be 65 degrees. Now, it's not one of our unit circle measures, but we can find it. Ready for another one?
How did you get the 65?
180, because this side would be 180 minus 115.
Okay.
And you could also say, well, you just know this has to be 90. I went 115 to 180. So it's always going to be the difference between the x-axis measure and what you have. Okay. So I'll show you the next one. Okay, so I'm going to give you 210 degrees. This one is one that you can see. Okay. 210. Counterclockwise, clockwise. Counterclockwise because it's positive. And is it going to be first, second, third, fourth? Third. Now, remember what I said. The theta is what? The terminal to the x-axis. Well, if I go this way, that's not the x-axis, that's the y-axis. So my terminal angle is right here. So if this is 210 degrees and this is 180, what is the difference? 30. So my reference angle is going to be 30 degrees. So I did the 210 minus the 180. Yes, ma'am.
I still don't get how it's not like that way, like to the 360 mark.
You mean this?
Yeah. Why not? Why that side of the x-axis and not the other one?
Because it's too far. It's not in the fourth quadrant. So you're always going to go closer to. You're always going to choose the x-axis. That's yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's never going to be that far one. It's always going to be It's always going to be within that quadrant. So it's going to be which one is closer to. So if we were down here, it still would be this x-axis. Yes, sir?
Why is the angle inside the circle instead of outside the circle?
Because this is your terminal side and this is the x-axis. And your reference angle is always between the terminal side and the x-axis. So everything else has been below it, right? Except for this one. So this one is in there, in the middle there. No, let's do another one here. Now we're gonna do a clockwise one. Okay, let's do this one. Now there's two things about this one. One, it is a radian that we are no. Two, it's a negative. Now if we went positive, where would 5 pi over 4 would be? If you think about our unit circle, where would 5 pi over 4 be? The third quadrant, right? But our 5 pi over 4 is not positive, it is negative. So if you think backwards, where would it be? Would it be here or here? Where would 5 pi over 4 be? So we're going to draw our 5 pi over 4, and we're going to go like this. So this is negative 5 pi over 4. Okay, now there's a couple things that you're going to translate. Okay, we got 5 pi over 4, but in the second quadrant, what is this radian measure? 3 pi over 4. And if we translate 3 pi over 4, what is our reference angle? Pi over 4, which is, in degrees, is what?
45.
So if it doesn't say what it wants it in there, I would take either one. But if it's asking you for the reference, like if it wants you in degrees, so pi over 4 or 45 degrees. So with radians, even with, you just have to think about where it's at and then think about the distance between the terminal side and the x-axis. How do you guys feel about that? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it off for there, and I'm going to give you your homework. So your homework is workbook page 163, 1 through 11.